Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Anna and this is Tales from the Craft Room. I thought I would show you the circles that I'm making for the blanket that I told you guys about. I think I'm going to make a blanket. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out eventually. But anyway, this is a free pattern off the Yarnspirations website. It is called Circle Takes the Square Crochet Blanket. I will try to remember to put a link to this down in the description box for you. I'm not necessarily making this full-size blanket because, what's the size? The size on this one is approximately 58 inches wide by 66 inches long. I don't necessarily want one quite that big, so we will see how big my squares actually come out, and then we will decide how big we're going to make it. I'm thinking more of a baby blanket size. And let's see, these squares are supposed to be 8-inch squares. I haven't finished mine yet, but we will see how big they are when they are completely finished. So anyway, I am at the point where I'm putting the squared up part on. I do like to follow the graph sometimes, because sometimes it makes more sense to me than following the written pattern, which that is the truth behind squaring up the circles. Circles not a problem. It's just like making a hat. Circles are all the same, pretty much. Sometimes they're a little different, but usually they're all about the same. But the squaring up, it always throws me for a loop every time I try to do these. But let's go through these circles and I will show you what I've got. This is the one that I told you that I did with the Dippity Dot yarn. I think it turned out pretty cute. As always, there are more dots on the back than there are on the front, but I think this will look cute and go with the ice cream yarn or ice cream shop yarn that I was gifted. So there, and I do believe that these were gifted to me as well. I can't remember who sent them to me, but it's not something that I purchased. The Dippity Dots, which I have some blue as well as the pink. And I'm finally getting around to using them. So long they sat on my shelf unused because I didn't know what to do with them. Anyway, these are the ice cream shop circles. I think these are actually in the order that they were made. This is the last one that I have done so far of this color. And then that's the one before it. The one before that. And this has got just a wee bit of pink. The one before that. And here's the next one before. And the next one. That one's kind of boring, but hey, it's got more than one color. It's not really boring, trust me. And then there's that one, and here is the first one that I did. Pretty sure that's the first one I did. Or maybe that was the first one. I don't know. They've probably been mixed up. But anyway, those are my squares or circles that I have made. And then this is the purple yarn that I said I was going to use. This is a baby yarn. I said pretty sure it's a Bernat. This was also gifted to me. It did not have a label on it. I do have a few other skeins just like this of different baby colors. This pattern, I was going to work on this yesterday, but I could not because this pattern actually calls for a size J crochet hook, which I did not have with me at all. Can you believe it? Actually, I can because, well, I don't carry all size crochet hooks with me. Normally it's just usually G, but always H and I. So that explains why I did not have a J with me. So anyway, that is what I have. It is a little warm. I've got the fan going. You can probably hear it, but I moved it away from the tablet, so hopefully it's not quite as loud. But we're going to take this first square here and we're going to square it up, and then we're going to measure it and see if I really did come out with an 8-inch square. And I do not slip stitch into the stitch and then do the single crochet. I just start with a standing single crochet because I've made these before and it's always worked for me that way just fine. Okay, interruption number 1. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully this squares out okay. Sometimes I have trouble with them squaring out. And I might actually do more border rows than just the one. So 1, 2, and then 2. Because I might want them to be a little bit bigger square than what it comes out. Because the bigger the square, the less you gotta make. Clever, huh? So have you ever made a polka dot blanket? Let me get some more of this yarn off of here. If you have, let me know. There we go. That might have been a mistake, but I just pulled off whatever had been wound around. I think I started to do something with this previously, but it never happened. 1, 2, 3. So I wrapped my whole chain 3 around my hook. There we go. That should be 2. And 2. I have a bunch of these, but they're just little bitty squares. They're just like the two row, and then I put a border around it, but I'm using a smaller hook on those, so they would not work for this. I'm thinking they would look cute if you put them together and make a bigger square, kind of like a patchwork, but we'll see. They're all just kind of in a bag. Every now and then I get in the mood to make some of those smaller polka dots. Part of my problem is the yarn is sticking to my fingers because it's so warm in here, but I don't want to put the fan any closer. It would definitely be a little loud. So, and it's kind of blowing on me, but not really. It's just a small little clip-on fan. Something else I've thought about too with my smaller squares is I can't remember where I've seen the pictures at, but I've seen pictures where they used the smaller squares to make like a starting point of a hat, like they did like a bucket hat, but it's not a complete granny square style hat. It's just like however many rows those squares would make, which they're probably about like that. And then you just build the rest of the hat on top of it. Now, I think that would be kind of cute too. We're making a bag in a similar style. Whoops. That's what you get for talking. Those are supposed to be half double, not doubles. Half double, double. double, double. One, two, three. And if I do actually accomplish making this blanket like I'm wanting to make, the ice cream shop yarn was donated by a different individual. But this big skein of purple that I have was donated to me by a lady from a local crochet group that I've never been to their meetings or anything. I've met a couple of the ladies because they've come to me, but they have recently acquired a, I don't think contract is the right word, but they're working with a local church to make baby blankets for babies that are born in that church, which I think that's a cool idea. And since they've helped me out with preemie hats and stuff like that for my Ronald McDonald donation, I thought it would be kind of cool to possibly be able to help them out with, you know, something that they actually do, which I did last year. This is the same group that I made all those hats for the boys shelter. Granted, the boys shelter is local to me. I've donated to them before, but this group actually set up the donation themselves. And uh-oh, this isn't working out, is it? Half double, half double. Yeah. Double, double, half, half. Single, single, single. Double, or half, half. Double, double. This isn't working. Is it because those are all supposed to go in the same? They are. Double, double. So see, I messed up. So technically, these right here are supposed to go in the same loops. Which that makes sense now that I look at the picture again. Oh, it's okay. Crochet and ye shall rip. Thankfully, I don't have to go back all the way, because if I would have done it correctly, I would have had enough loops to put stitches in. Some of you probably seen that and you're like, Anna, woohoo, you're doing it wrong. And you would have been correct. Well, now that I know what I'm supposed to do, I don't have to look at the pattern again. But anyway, back to that. I'm hoping maybe I can get this done and possibly, which I have another baby blanket I've offered, but the lady that usually brings me stuff for Ronald McDonald House wasn't going to be able to go to any of the meetings for the group for the summer or whatever. So I might actually donate both of them. Which the baby blanket that I have is one that I've made several years back, a couple years back. And it's actually a pink and peach, so it obviously did not work for my grandson. But and if I don't actually do that, then I could always take this with my donation to Ronald McDonald House as well. So, either way, I do have at least a goal in mind for the blanket. And I actually know what I can do with the one that I currently have that's not the right color. Did I put 3 over here? I hope so. concentrating. Yep. Interruption again. I'll be back. Alright, that was the UPS guy who brought me a package. I forgot I was supposed to get a package today. He's actually early though, because normally they come a little bit later than this, but that's okay. Better early than never or later. I think this purple is going to go really good with all these colored circles. It looks good in my head, but that doesn't mean my head is seeing it correctly. I think it'll be pretty cute when I get it done. And plus, another interruption. This always happens. It's alright. Where was I? 1, 2, 3. Is that a half double? Nope. Half double, 1, 2. It's one of the advantages of being self-employed. I can sit and crochet at work. But, you know, customers come first, obviously. Whew, it's getting warm. No, we do not have an air conditioner here. We do, but we don't use it because it is not efficient. It just will run non-stop and never shut off, and probably won't even cool the building off. So we use fans. As long as I'm cool, that's fine, because we don't usually have a lot of walk-in traffic. So it's not like I have long-term customers that'll be in here that I need to keep cool. I think we got it this time. One, two. Yep, double. Or yeah, double, double, half double, half double. Join. What? Double. Double. Half double. Half double. Right there's my standing single crochet. Join. I think that turned out pretty cute. What do y'all think? I mean, we can kind of, I like that. That one's kind of the same as the other one. Yeah. I think it's gonna be pretty cute. Oh, my stars. Yep, yep. And there is no purple in these, so it's not going to, you know, looks like it's all one thing. I think that's, oh my goodness, this is gonna be super cute. Y'all. The one I'm not too sure about though is the polka dot one. We'll get there. Those are all so cute. All right, moment of truth. What do you think? I think even the polka dot circle will look good squared up like that. So yeah, I'm getting kind of excited about this. Maybe I can manage to, oh, let's measure that. And then we'll see if that's enough or I need to go farther. Square is, oh my, 5.5. And it's supposed to be an 8-inch square. But I'm thinking probably this is using regular worsted weight yarn. And I'm using baby yarn. Yeah, Caron 1 pound. So the yarn that they're using here is much it's a 4 weight instead of a size 3 yarn. So I will probably just go ahead, what did I say this was? 5.5. So, and my circles, are like 4.5, so that adds an inch to it. 5.5, so it'd be 6.5 maybe if I put, I'm not good with numbers. So I might go ahead and put another round because I do have plenty of this purple, but of these, I have another skein of this polka dot, but of this other one, I don't have a whole lot left. I mean, this is what I do have. I could probably make a few more circles with that. But yeah, this is a Lion brand. Oh, it's Ice Cream Big Scoop. My bad. Colorway Tutti Frutti. But yeah, I'm going to do another round of my purple. So each of my squares will have 2 rounds of purple instead of just one, like the pattern states. Which the only difference I've learned when you do that is it stays all the same except here, and then you, in the loop here, you do the 2, chain 3 and 2, just like you would down here on the bottom. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. I hope you guys enjoyed sitting here and chatting with me and crocheting with me a little bit and enjoyed seeing my circles. And I will check back with y'all in another video.